I have just taken a few days to go up to the mountains and just follow my heart. So as a photographer, I want to be awake during the night because at the moment the nights are really bright, even though we don't have the midnight sun where I am right now. So the sunset is around 10 or 11 and the sunrise at the moment is around 2. So that means that I am in this absolutely spectacular place where there are a lot of tourists as well. But it doesn't really matter because they want to go out and explore and do things during the day. And I do that too. So basically during the day I'm just driving around finding really nice locations, and then I park for the night where I want to see the sunrise or the sunset, or when I'm finding fog or something else that I really want to take pictures of. But the other people, the tourists here, they want to enjoy themselves during the day and then they want to sleep during the night, which is perfect. I am out on a little break to get some fresh air and just have a look at this beautiful, beautiful surrounding. Let me show you. The clouds are burning. There's my little car. In order to make this possible, I actually built a bed base. I wanted to build a camper van, but I realized that project was too big for me this year. So I built a bed base for our car. And of course, the measures I went by was to make sure that I could fit my camera bag underneath my bed. To be honest, it's not just about photography. It's also about just being by myself for some days. To be out in nature and just to slow down a bit and just listen a bit inwards, because this year has been so crazy. All of these travels, I've been to Scotland, I've been to lots and lots of different places to do speeches and teaching and a lot of client work as well. So now when the summer is here and I'm about to go on a vacation with my family, I've actually planned to have a holiday this year. I wanted to start with a few days on my own to just take everything in that's been this year and recalibrate. What's this? Alright, so this is interesting. Is there a way around? Nope. It's a bit too deep for me, yes. Just have to try to go here then. Almost there. Come on. Oh, this is easy. A few times a year I try to carve out some time for the bigger questions. Because on a daily basis it's so easy to get stuck in the details, like, oh, what should I post today, or who's cooking, all the things that are part of your daily life. Even if you're running your own business, it's really easy to get caught up in the to-do lists, or answering the next inquiry, or delivering to your client. And that's why it's so important for me to give myself space to recalibrate, to think about the bigger questions. Because if you're asking yourself small questions, like for me, a small question would be, how do I get more clients, or how do I get more followers, or something like that. It's like, the small tweaks, they won't make that much of a difference. But a big question would be like, what is the life I am longing for, and how can I build a business that supports that vision? And I think that's also what this trip really is about. On the surface, it may look like it's about photography, but to me, it's the most important part is almost to carve out time to zoom out and reflect on where I am, where I've been, and more importantly, where I want to go. So I can design a business and a life that will lead me there. I really don't mind driving a lot by myself in the car, because when I sit in the car, I often listen to audiobooks or podcasts and stuff as well. But I also turn everything off, and because it's such a great time for me to just think about what I want. Like, I can't do anything. I can't occupy myself with social media or with the television or something else. It's like, I can't even write things down. Sometimes I'm using my phone for voice memos. But it's just such a great time to really think about where I am, where I've been, and where I want to go next. So these few days are more so about recalibration for me than about photography. But photography is what makes it more exciting for me. So these beautiful, beautiful landscapes, it just makes me feel really, really good. And it also makes me, the possibility of creating some extraordinary shots, that's like always, it makes it even more exciting. But also the fact that I can just nap during the day, and I can stop whenever I feel like even though it's the 222nd beautiful spot in 10 minutes. Like my partner, he would go crazy. And I mean, they don't want to do like the photography stuff. They don't want to be awake when it's beautiful, or chase the fog, or, you know, stop in one location over and over again with the possibility to just get that shot. So it just works so well if I'm on my own to have the lifestyle of a crazy photographer, as I am, to chase the fog, chase the beautiful sunrises, beautiful sunsets, the breathtaking sceneries, and just recalibrate at the same time. To have this time in my calendar where absolutely nothing is booked, because that's if I have something booked, I'm constantly thinking about the next thing, what's coming, and where I'm going and what I need to do. And just to book everything off for a few weeks, like the whole summer, I got nothing booked. And I've been struggling to keep it that way, but started to rain now. All right, I need to pack up because it just started to rain. See ya! So I just visited a beautiful little cemetery up here in the mountains. It's in a church village, and I often do that, I've realized, especially if it's in a beautiful location. It's just something so grounding and humbling about just reading the different tombs, and the only thing you see is a name and the year they were born and the year they passed away. You know, it's such a reality check that life is short, and we honestly don't know how many days or years we have, and one day we'll be forgotten. Maybe one more generation will remember us, maybe 2, maybe 3, but eventually we will also be a name and years on a tomb, if that's how we choose to do the final resting. And I think it just reminds me of like one of my strongest convictions, that time is one of the most valuable gifts that we've been given. We literally don't know how many hours or days or years that we have. And I'm not trying to be like depressing in any sense, but it's just, for me, it's not a depressing thought. For me, it's more like it's motivation, and it gives me fire to do what I find is meaningful. It just makes me more determined to design my life and my business and my future from the inside out, rather than just keep on doing the things I'm doing because it's easy or because it's working. I mean, other people can look at what I'm doing and how I'm spending my time and think like, what a waste. And that's absolutely fine, because we are all different. But I just want to spend time in a way that feels deeply meaningful to me and help others to do the same. So this has been so helpful and such a nice grounding experience. And I just feel like the cemetery was such an appropriate, if that makes sense, way to round this trip up.